Good morning, Foxboro. I am here at the Norfolk Advocates for Children's 5K Superhero Dash. Now, we are here to get a few interviews with some of the people and see what they think about the event, and overall just see if they think that the event is raising good money and if it's raising good awareness for the people of Foxboro. So, Miss Sasha, tell us a little bit about your camera and why you're here at this event today.
Sure. So I have a Nikon D610 with a longer lens so that I can stay far away from people and just capture the real moments and the candid moments. And I'm here because I think this event is really important, as well as good photography is a great way to bring more people here next year. And I kind of like to be a part of the community and help out with different events and donate my time to help.
So, do you live in Foxboro?
I do. Yeah, I live in Foxboro and I've been here for 10 years. I'm originally from England, and I moved here with my family when I was in 8th grade.
Well, that sounds very good. Thank you so much for attending, and thank you so much for your interview. So, sir, would you say that, you being here and all that, your organization being here, would you say that you guys are doing well at spreading the word about child abuse?
We try to spread the word of child abuse as much as we can by visiting small things like this, fairs, anything where kids are. You know what I mean? Because that's what we are. We're all about the kids. Our main purpose is to empower kids not to feel abused. You know what I mean? Because they are abused. We want them to feel the empowerment. You know what I mean? To not live in fear in the world in which they live in. Because, granted, most of these kids here are not abused kids. But you know what? Every one of those kids are those abused kids, and so do the parents. So that's why we're here, to just spread the word of what we do.
So, would you say that your organization has done good in empowering the community to fight against child abuse?
Yes, we are in 17 countries. The United States has 300 chapters alone. We have 3 in Massachusetts. A survey went out approximately 4 years ago that 80% of all abused kids that work with BACA have gone to court, which is an astronomical amount of response.
It is.
Because most kids never make it to court because they're afraid to go there. They're afraid of going up to the court. They're afraid of pointing at their accuser. But with us, we empower them enough to be able to say, that's who abused me.
Do you think that events like this, like local fairs and local, like this, sponsored by the Norfolk Advocates for Children, do you think that these events are good for the community and good for fighting against child abuse?
Any awareness is good.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Have a great day. So, Jaden and Maeve are just about to sing the national anthem of the United States of America here, and we'll see how they go.
So proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose light strikes a bright star through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming.
So as we can see here, they are just about to start the race, and we will try to get a few interviews with some of the runners and see why they're running, what their favorite superheroes are, and stuff like that. So stay tuned. So would you guys say that your presence here at this event is empowering the community and it's helping the event, like in terms of spreading awareness of child abuse?
I hope so. I think it's good to bring the fire truck out. The kids certainly like to climb all over it, and plenty of stuff to see. And I think it also kind of improves our stature in the community that will come to an event like this. And be sort of open for the kids to come see the truck, meet us, know we're not all that scary, and if they need us, they can always call us.
Yeah, well, he definitely is a good presence for everyone. We're here to help.
So would you say that it's a good reflection on the firefighting department that you guys are here today?
I think so, yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you guys so much for your interview. I really appreciate it, and have a wonderful day.
You too. Thank you.
No problem. So, why would you say that you're out here today running?
I love to run. It's a beautiful day, and this organization supports victims of child abuse, so I can't think of a better reason to run.
So, what would your passion be for running? Are you happy? Is there any particular reason why you're running? I suppose I should ask.
I guess I've been running my whole life, and I just love when the community comes together and enjoys the sport.
All right, well, thank you very much.
Sure. Have a good day.
You too. All right, Foxboro, I'm here with the district attorney, and we're going to ask him a few questions regarding why he's here today. So, first off, Mr. District Attorney, why are you here today?
Well, I'm Michael Morris, the Norfolk District Attorney, and as you know, right behind us is the finish line, and in front of us is the Norfolk Advocates for Children. Here in Foxboro, it serves the entire county and even people outside of the county. The center is an awesome place for families in crisis. If you ended up someone who was involved in a serious domestic violence, sexual assault, if you were a victim or if you were even a witness, this center can provide counseling, services, advice, health initiatives, and it can really help a family that is in crisis. And it also stops people from being questioned over and over about an incident. You don't want to keep having people relive an incident. So if you come here, all of the different stakeholders who may be involved, whether it turns into a criminal action or if it just turns into a situation where people end up needing help, you only have to tell the story once. So the police are here, the medical people are here, the Department of Children and Family are here, and anybody else who may be involved has an opportunity to come at one time when they conduct interviews. So there's only one interview, and that's that interview is usually saved and taped. So instead of having someone go to the police station, which the setting is not that comfortable, and it may make people uneasy, they can come here, and it's more of a home-like setting and puts people more at ease, especially when you're dealing with young people. And so they don't have to be questioned by the police, they're questioned by the district attorney's office, they're questioned by the Department of Children and Families, Department of Social Service, whoever else is in the line of the chain of custody. It just it makes it much simpler. And the money today, one of the things the district attorney's office provides a lot of financial support to this center, but we can't fund the position of the psychologist. And that has to remain completely independent so as not to provide any kind of bias, to make sure that people are getting the right advice and it's not influenced in any way by the district attorney's office. So this is a really important fundraiser that helps fund that position.
So, you pretty much just kind of covered what you feel about Norfolk Advocates for Children, but why would you take so much time out of your busy schedule to come down here to come help us with the event?
Well, first of all, besides raising money, which is important, I think even talking to people like you, Nick, and others sends a message. There's probably a lot of people here in town that don't even know the Senate exists, and it's out behind the police station on the grounds of the old hospital school. So this sends an important message that there is a valuable resource right here in Foxboro that services hundreds of thousands of people in Norfolk County. And if we can get that word out, our numbers are going up. Now, I can't tell you that everybody who comes here does not end up in a criminal case. But everybody who comes here gets some kind of help, advice, or whatever we can do to improve the quality of life we try to do.
Would you say that events like these help empower the community and help bolster awareness for child abuse?
I think it does. I think getting this out, people know that now there is some kind of event going on in town, and they ask who the sponsor is. And a part of our problem is I think people here in Foxboro might be a little bit more aware than other people in other parts of the county, because the county goes from Weymouth to Wellesley all the way down to Plainville and Bellingham. So, it services a big area, about 750,000 people. And a lot of people might not be aware that this is a critical resource to the district attorney's office, to the police, and to families who are in crisis because of a serious situation may have occurred.
Would you say that Norfolk Advocates for Children so far has done a good job at raising awareness and at raising money for therapists and psychiatrists?
Well, I'd like to say that we can always do a better job raising money, and that's a hard part of this job. And we in the district attorney's office, the state provides some financial assistance, as does the district attorney's office. But the more services we have, more and more people coming through the doors. Our numbers keep going up year after year. So I have to think it's in many respects people talk about reporting of child abuse or domestic violence incidents, and people say, well, there's a rise in reporting. It must be must be a really bad crime. Well, I look at it a little bit optimistically, saying that people are now willing to come forward, and that's why you're seeing the rise. So I think that's the same thing here. More and more people coming through the doors. They realize they can get help and assistance here, and I think it's very important to get that word out. And the road race is one more step. We do a lot of work with community groups in the schools, with professionals throughout the county. So we're trying to do the best we can.
All right. Well, thank you very much, sir.
Thanks a lot.
Have a great day. So, what would you say that your organization is doing right in terms of spreading child awareness and awareness for child abuse?
So we work with families of children who have been sexually abused, sexually exploited, severe domestic violence, severe physical abuse and neglect. And we're a center where when children have gone through that, they come in to be interviewed by a forensic interviewer so that they don't have to be interviewed multiple times. They're interviewed by one person to tell their story of what happened to them, and they don't have to be repeating their story again and again to the police, to the Department of Children and Families. So I think that's really what we're doing best of all. And when they come here, they leave with services like mental health services immediately, so they know where to go to get the treatment to help them in the healing process.
Do you think that events like these help spread awareness of child abuse throughout local communities?
I do. So that was really one of the biggest purposes behind this event, is to make sure that the community of Foxboro, but also all of Norfolk County, knows what we do and why we do it. And also, since we're a nonprofit, we do need to somehow fund all the services that we have to provide. So it's great to see so many people in the community come out to support us today.
Are you happy with the amount of sponsors you've gotten? And if I may ask, who are some of your sponsors?
We actually had amazing sponsors this year. We have our photographer, Sasha Greenlaw. We had Baskin Robbins right here in town, Baskin Robbins and Dunkin' Donuts. We also had a couple of sponsors from outside of the immediate Foxboro area. We also, two of our biggest supporters were the Milton Police Department and the Brookline Police Association, which is so important to us because we partner with them so much to do the work that we do.
So would you say that Norfolk Advocates for Children so far has made good progress in combating child abuse?
I believe that we have, but obviously there's so much more work to be done. We do see more and more cases every year of child abuse, and really the issue is getting the word out about what we do, trying to work on prevention and training services so that more people are aware of the really important work that we do.
So speaking of some of the really important work that you do, as a psychiatrist, what would you say that Norfolk Advocates for Children does best?
So I'm actually a licensed social worker, but no, that's okay. So as far as what we do best is really just bringing kids into a center that's very friendly, a very home-based center, so that they can feel comfortable and feel at home when they come in here, because they're really coming to talk about some of the most traumatic things that have ever happened to them in their lives. So I think that what we do best is really, we've created a center where the kids can feel comfortable, and our staff here is so wonderful, and we are just very warm and inviting people. So I think that's really what we do best.
Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. Have a great day. No problem. So good evening, or I'm sorry, good morning. So how do you think that the police department is coordinating with the NAC to combat child abuse?
We work very closely with them and with our schools and our juvenile places, like we have a teen center and our recreation department, to get children comfortable to talk about what's happening to them. That's part of Bear's position, is getting comfortable to talk to a police officer where they can pet him and talk to me.
So would service dogs like Brett be overall good for children?
Yes, he's been a very helpful tool. I've only been with him for 4 weeks, but kids who are even afraid of dogs, he's a very calm and gentle dog, and so they feel comfortable coming up and petting him, and then we just start a conversation, and we talk about TV shows, everything. He's a very calming sense.
He does seem like a very good boy. So how do you think that, or actually I should ask, do you think that dogs like him, if there were more of them, would be able to help increase children coming forward about child sex abuse?
very much so, or at least comfortable enough to talk about it. He has a sibling that's at the Walpole Police Department, and his breeder at Golden Opportunities in Walpole are starting a community resource dog program so that more police departments and some fire departments have gotten dogs to help, especially children, but anybody with some trauma, to talk about what's happened.
So, finally, would you think that the police department has enough resources and is putting enough time into combating child abuse?
Yes, it's a whole wraparound fight that we're all working together. But I think if we have cases, we all come together, detectives, school officers, the NAC, and work together and do what we can. So it's a work in progress, but I think it's working.
All right, well, thank you very much for your interview.
Thank you very much.
And here's the puppy.
Do you have anything to say?
Do you have anything to say, sir? He has nothing to say, so have a great day. All right, everyone, we are still here at the 5K mile dash, and the race is just about to start. So, it is about to start, and we'll see what the runners, or when it starts, and what the runners do. So this is Jordan, and she just ran a 19 minutes and 48 second 5K dash, and she is our winner today. So I have a few questions for you, starting with, what do you think about Norfolk Advocates for Children?
I think it's a great cause, a great organization. You know, obviously, anything that's going to benefit children is very important. The children are obviously the future, so taking part of this, benefiting that organization is definitely very important, especially because it does benefit children so greatly.
So, what is your passion for running?
So I've been running for the past 7 to 10 years now. I ran in high school. I ran it for Wheaton College, not too far from here. And now in my postgraduate career, just running just to kind of, because I enjoy it and I love it and I love competing and just going out and running every day.
Well, that's very good. So, are you proud of yourself that you just were the first of this race?
Yeah, I'm very proud. I wasn't expecting it. I'd been running with one of the other male competitors, and obviously men are usually faster than women, but it was great to come out on top in that battle, and it was great to run with him.
Well, that's very good. And just to wrap it all up, are you happy, would you say, that you have come out here and that you are running on behalf of the NAC and for children all across the state?
I am very happy. I actually just found out about this 5K a couple of days ago, and then really wanted to run it, so I was happy to have the opportunity to come out here and run and support the cause.
Well, thank you so much for your interview. Congratulations, and have a great day.
Thank you, you too.
So, are you happy with the Norfolk Advocates for Children's current progress in terms of spreading awareness of child abuse?
Absolutely. They're doing a great job over here, and they're putting on a great event today.
Are you happy with your current progress in terms of running in this race for Norfolk Advocates for Children?
I think so. I did some training leading up to it, and I think it's a great race that they have here today.
Do you think that local events like these are good for the community?
Absolutely. It brings the people together.
Since you aren't from Foxboro, are you happy that other people from other towns like yourself are coming and joining with the race and running with everybody else?
Absolutely. The money goes to a great cause.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a great day. So, congratulations on running the race. And if I may ask, why did you run the race?
My mom's company was all the employees are running it, and she wanted me to do it with her, so I said, okay, I'll do it with your company. So I ran with her.
So, how do you feel about the organization?
I love it. I mean, it's great being out here. You know, it's a nice Saturday morning, just running. It's fun.
So, are you happy with the Norfolk Advocates for Children's, current spreading of child abuse awareness?
Yeah, of course.
All right. Well, and just to wrap it all up, what was your time actually for running?
23:10.
It's very good. All right, thank you so much for your interview. Have a great day. So, and now we're here with Jaden. So, Jaden, we heard that you were the second best in the kids competition. So, how do you feel about that?
I feel great. I know I went a little slower than last year, but it was worth a try again. But at least I did it under 30 minutes.
So you did just run like a lot for, especially for somebody your age, and especially on such a cold day. Would you say you're proud with your current time?
Yeah, I am.
So why did you participate in this event?
I did it last year. Thought it was fun. I made it in like 23 minutes, like for last year. Now I'm 25, but.
Well, thank you so much for your interview. Thank you so much for watching our program, What's Up, and I hope to see you soon.